Tonight in KSLA Investigates, the big question people have been calling us about for weeks. What is in Shreveport's water? That's what we've been asking. We've been asking the city, you've been asking us, because you're noticing a different taste and smell in your tap water. Or maybe you haven't, but maybe you know someone who has. I sat down with the city's water purification superintendent to find out what's going on. An earthy taste and smell started seeping into Shreveport's water over the holidays, making its way into ice and fountain drinks around the city. City officials say changing weather patterns caused more algae to grow on Cross Lake, the city's main water source.
Basically, what we noticed is that this time of year, usually with seasonal changes, the warmer weather causes, of course, natural growth of vegetation in and around the lake.
Kiana Maple Lars is a superintendent of water purification. She says the city uses copper sulfate to treat Cross Lake and lower the levels of geosmin, an organic compound that changes the water's taste and smell. The city gets the copper sulfate from a state-approved supplier, according to records from the Louisiana Office of State Procurement. But when the algae levels went up in December, they didn't have enough of that treatment on hand. In a statement, the city's water and sewerage department addressed the issue, saying in part, quote, the city typically treats Cross Lake with copper sulfate from March to November to manage algae growth. The most recent treatment, conducted in late November, exhausted the 2024 inventory. The superintendent says they're working to buy more copper sulfate and start treating the lake right away.
This year, we are going to expand our copper sulfate treatment season. Again, as soon as we can get some loads in, we've been in discussions with our supplier. We're trying to get loads in as early as next week if we can.
That was before South Louisiana got hit with record-breaking snowfall, delaying the shipment of the treatment. The cold temperatures in Shreveport also affected the city's ozone generator, which they use to treat geosmin levels in the water. The city says the ozone generator is back in service now and that more copper sulfate is supposed to arrive soon.
In the interim, we do see differences in the way that the water is leaving the plant. And so as customers call, we go out and we do some flushing of their area when we get those calls. Outside of those calls, we do have a team that is out doing some general flushing just because we know that this is something that we're dealing with.